Good future millionaires, we back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights of the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe, man. My bad for the delay. I see all the real ones in the building rocking with me. Salute to y'all for holding it down. In the chat, drop a comment, let me know you in the stream. Just some crypto news to go over today. We're going to talk about some Shiba Inu news, also some things going on in the space with some big influencers. And also, I want to get your opinion on the title. So y'all see the title of this video. Salute to the replay gang. Also, shout out to the entire DD Nation for rocking with me. Salute to the SHIBArmy. Shout out to the voteArmy. And shout out to y'all, man. So let's get into this one, man. We're going to give it a few minutes for everybody to pull up in the stream because we are just going live. I know YouTube been taking a minute to get the notifications out for me, but we just gotta rock with it. So shout out to Petey, first one in the building, like 9 times out of 10, man. Salute to Petey. Said broski, salute, man. I seen what happened to your Twitter account, bro. What happened with that? That was wild, bro. If you can share some information with us, letting us know why did Twitter remove or X take your account away. So shout out to y'all. I see a few of y'all tuning in right now. As y'all pull in, make sure you hit that like button as well. So shout out to Juan, says, I'm looking in NDAs so I can really talk to you about this business model. I hope you understand. I believe in this so much. I would hate to see someone twist it, make other Walmart or Amazon. My goal is to make them love us because we are successful instead of resentment. So who is them? Who are you referring to, bro? Shout out to Dave D. Said everybody smash the like button, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Drop a like on the video if you're a real one. Shout out to Dave D. He says, Dork Lord. Juan says, share the stream. Salute. Make sure if you're watching this right now, you share the stream. Let everybody know that we are live and that you are here live with us. CJ says, where you at? We right here, bro. Appreciate you tuning in. Basaya says, DD Nation, salute. Shout out to Basaya. Shout out to Danny. Says, hey, D, buying the dip. Good work. Those that take advantage of market prices right now. We don't stress this stream too long. So, make sure you tune in, you catch everything. The stream will only be available for members only after this. So, if y'all want to soak this up, make sure you stay in the stream. But those who put in the work right now during these bear conditions, it's known are going to be the ones who are at the top during the next bull cycle. Think about it. If Shiba Inu already had, a lot of its success during, 2021 bull cycle, and we see during 2022, 2023, it pulled back. What do you think is going to happen to Shiba Inu in 2024 or during the next bull cycle? I really want to know y'all opinions because, hey, my comment section been going absolutely crazy with a lot of people that have been losing faith. They've been seeing, Clay videos. Shout out to Clay, bro. He broke down some of the burn numbers and how it would basically take a very long time in order to burn a significant amount of Shiba Inu. So we're going to watch that Clay Bro video as well, go over that while he explains some numbers. We're also going to watch another video here, just talking about some big crypto news. But yeah, man, let me know how y'all feel about this. Shout out to the real Juan. Shout out to Essence, said what's up. Shout out to Kwame, said what's up, salute. Shout out to Juan, the people. Madness said, yo, what's up, bro? Salute, appreciate you pulling up. How was your day? It was all well, bro. I'm glad you asked. How was yours? Petey said he's waiting for more people to pull up. B100 said, fam, where did you get that hat from? I got this hat from the first link in the description section of this video. You want to support, represent Shiba Inu, check out the first link in the description section of this video. I also got free resources, free stocks, and cryptocurrency down there to help y'all get started as well. So again, leave a comment if you just pulled up on the stream. Let us know you are in the building, man. We are live right now. This isn't one of those YouTube videos where y'all just catch it and click play. We are live right now. So shout out to Latifi. Says Shiba Inu dead, delete. Why do you think Shiba Inu is dead, delete? We're going to talk about it all in this stream. We ain't sugarcoating nothing. We're going to get into it all. If you think Shiba Inu is dead, share your thoughts on why you think so. If you don't think so, feel free to respond on why you don't think it's dead. And the workers, Juan says, shout out to Madness, said my day was good. Thank you. Salute. Christian says, thank you to Marco. You're welcome, bro. Christian says, let's talk bad. Shout out to my bad brigade as well. Wayne says, I got a crazy plan for Shiba. Hit me. This is the stream to talk about it. If y'all got crazy plans for Shiba Inu, shout out to B100 as well. If y'all got crazy plans for Shiba Inu, something you want to see Shiba Inu do, it's time to do it, y'all. Think about it. The development team, shout out to the entire dev team. Shout out to Satoshi, Cal, everybody behind the scenes. Shout out to the, the influencers, Lucy's, shout out to everybody, the archangels, everybody, anybody, even the past people, that has something to, do with helping Shiba Inu become successful. Shout out to everybody. But what y'all need to know is they are not yes, they are the official dev team, but they're not the only team. That's a volunteer position they entered. They do not control Shiba Inu. Yes, they have the most influence when it comes to Shiba Inu, but you yourself, us as a community, we can become a team as well that provides value for Shiba Inu. So if you really want to see Shiba Inu succeed, what ideas do you have? What do you think should be being done that's not being done that we could possibly, initiate as a community? Shout out to PD said, no ninja watching, hit that like. Jaren says, shibArmy, let's go. Wayne says, hit me on for real. Wayne, let's talk about it. Let's share the idea right here, and if we think it's that, we could talk further about it. Shout out to King. King says, Shiba is not dead. This development team is not being forthcoming. So what are you not excited about, or unhappy with when it comes to the dev team? Because they did deliver shibArmy. So obviously, that tells me you might be disappointed in the burn or, the burn amount. Let me know what it is. Shout out to Roland, man. Roland Rodriguez in the building, one of the real channel members that's been holding it down on the front lines for the DD Nation, man. Salute. Dave D says, I sold a little bit of my bone to buy it meme. Dork Lord already up 5X. I'll buy more bone with my profits. Good work. Good work. That's what happens when you do your due diligence and you find a solid project. You usually make some money. So King says, how are their official team? Who picked them? Did Ryoshi pick them? No. That's why I said they are a volunteer team, y'all. A lot of times I see people put too much responsibility on the SHIB team as if they just control everything. Yes, they are the team, but y'all, you got to realize Shiba Inu is open for everyone to do whatever they want with. So if another team just as skilled or knowledgeable stepped up and started developing around Shiba Inu, there's nothing that the current Shiba Inu team can do to stop it. Yes, they cannot support it. They can decide not to share it on their pages, or bring any traction to it. But at the same time, they can't stop it. This is how Ryoshi built it. So all of us can be considered Ryoshi, y'all. All of us have the power to develop and build something for Shiba Inu. And that's what time it is, y'all. If you are sitting here saying that you are unhappy with the dev team, you don't like what they're doing, then what are you going to do about it? What can be done? What would you like to see happening? Shout out to Gary said, we need to wake up the Shiba developers. If we don't do something huge, they will walk all over us. So why not, become a developer yourself? What ideas do you have that you feel Shiba Inu is missing out on, y'all? I'm asking this question right here. We're live. Satoshi will be watching this stream, y'all. So right now is the time to be voicing your opinions. If you're serious about Shiba Inu, you're serious about the future of Shiba, you're serious about the price of Shiba Inu increasing, we need to talk about it right now, man. Shout out to Bull Run, said loving these discounts. That's one way to look at it. For those that have removed emotion from their investing, they are looking at this right now as a time to accumulate. They're looking at this as a time of discounts. They're looking at this as savings. If Shiba Inu was in the bull market and you wanted more Shiba Inu, do you know how much more you would have to pay for Shiba Inu? You should be taking advantage of these times. Imagine when Shiba Inu, right now we're at that 5 zeros, whatever price. But imagine when Shiba Inu drops to 4 zeros and then you're in the market to buy some more Shiba Inu. You are going to be wishing during this time now that you bought more Shiba Inu. I'm trying to tell y'all how it goes. You might have some Shiba Inu right now and you're wishing that it skyrockets. But guess what? Even if we go up 10x from here, how much money would you have? You don't have to tell me, but think about it for yourself. Would you be happy with the amount of money that you have right now in Shiba Inu if it did a 10x? Answer that in the chat. We live. We're going to talk about it right now. Answer in the chat. If Shiba Inu 10x right now, would you be happy or satisfied with that? Or would you say you wish you would have bought more? Because that's what I see happen time and time again. Shiba Inu or other projects break out to a certain price level. And then we see people who held their bags, wish that they would have had more because they could have made even more money. You don't have to wait all the way for 1 cent or, a ridiculous price target. What you have to do is accumulate. Buy smart, take advantage of the dips, value investing. This is what Warren Buffett tries to teach us, y'all. So you have to take advantage. When your market is fearful, that's when it's time for you to be greedy. A lot of y'all get greedy when you see the prices skyrocketing, you see everything going absolutely crazy. That's when y'all want to get greedy. Why not be greedy right now? Now, this ain't financial advice because I can't tell you to buy, sell, or hold. But what I can tell you is that the market is fearful. There's blood in the streets. So those who accumulate now, take advantage now. If you can hold through this cycle, it's a cycle. That means it's going to change eventually. If you can hold through this cycle into the next cycle, you're going to be happy that you did. Think about it. If Shiba Inu went to where it went last all-time high during last bull market, what do you think is going to happen to Shiba Inu this time around in this bull market? Come on now, keep it real. So I'm gonna take some comments and see what y'all got to say about this. Juan says people really don't get the word decentralized. Facts. Shiba Inu is decentralized. The team does not own it. The team does not own it. They can do for Shiba Inu exactly like what me and you can do. They can build developments around it, and hopefully the community utilize it and brings more traction into Shiba Inu, more value. King says, I'm a long-term holder, so I'm not looking at dropping my coins. However, they are blocking people who have questions. I've seen a few people say that. A few people who talked about burn, and whatnot were blocked from the Telegram. I don't have any control over that, bro. If it was up to me, I wouldn't block anybody unless they were being disrespectful, fudding the project or anything like that. So if you weren't fudding or being disrespectful, and just asking genuine questions, I don't think you should have been blocked for that. I'm just being real. Sometimes I guess the team can be a little sensitive on that block button. Now, I don't know exactly what they're blocking individuals for. I don't know what you got blocked for, but I have seen a lot of people say, hey, all I did was ask a question and got blocked. I don't think that should be happening. But guess what? We can start community ran platforms as well. So the Shiba Inu team has their Discord, their Telegram, but there's no reason we can't have one as a community where no one can be blocked for asking questions. So if that's something y'all would like, why not start one? Why leave it in the hands of the team? Shout out to Christian, says new article on Cap Market Cap says bad team revealing new utility for bad idea. Okay, we will talk about a little bad idea as well in this stream if we get a chance. Gary says they led us on about the burn. So Gary said he's not happy about them leading us on about the burns. So how do you feel they led us on when it came to the burns? Shout out to Soul, says we don't need to do anything. Satoshi needs to do something. See, that's being lazy right there though. And that's cool. That's fine to say Satoshi needs to do something, but as long as you don't complain at the rate that it takes Satoshi to do something, then that's perfectly fine. But if you're complaining, if you're one of these people that say, hey, we need to see this right now, then why don't you build it? Why don't you come together, get some type of effort raised together from the community and, put on for SHIB? It's that simple. We are all Ryoshi. Shout out to Negative Man, said Humboldt County in the house, man. Salute to the whole Humboldt County. TCMR Life says shibArmy for life. Yeah, big for life. Big ups to Satoshi and the SHIB devs. People are hating on them, but they are doing the most to grow the Shiba Inu community. Who is doing more for us than them? That's exactly my point right there. Now, don't think I'm just now granted, I am pro SHIB 100%. I'm for the shibArmy, but don't think I'm just saying the devs are 100% perfect. I rock with the devs. I like what the devs are doing because the devs are doing the most when it comes to Shiba Inu, for us. Nobody else outside of them is doing anything really. So, I got to give them their props. Now, yes, there's some things that we would like to see them do differently. Yes, there's some things they could do better, but who else is doing anything bigger than the SHIB dev team for us for the SHIB coin? Nobody, y'all. So if we're going to come together and do something, then that's fine. But we can't complain too much if we're not doing nothing, as far as developing. Shout out to Christian, says soon. TV says SHIB to the moon. Christian says, Shiba Inu, people are scared. I'm trying to buy more every chance I get. Look, the people who understand that, I'm telling you now, the people who understand that, who continue to accumulate, keep loading up the truck, those ones are going to be at that next level when the bull market comes. They usually say you need around 2 bull cycles to break into that millionaire status, to become financially free through crypto, because the first time around, you might make a little money, you might get lucky, you might, recognize a few things and, hit off this, hit off that, but you don't truly understand how the game goes. And you might give a lot of those gains back, so what they say is, 2 cycles around, first cycle, you might, make some money, get to a certain level, learn different things about it. But by the second time around, that's when you're really going to go crazy. So all y'all that are learning, educating yourselves right now, accumulating right now is going to pay off, y'all. So, I just want to say congratulations to y'all already, even though it didn't happen yet. But Danny says lowering my average cost. Good work, Danny. That's the way to do it. If you bought a lot of people did this. A lot of people bought during 2021 bull market. They bought Shiba Inu after they heard all the news, after they heard all the excitement. And then once Shiba Inu started to drop, people started saying it was a scam. No, you bought the top. You bought the top of the market. That's all it is, y'all. It's not that Shiba Inu is a scam. You bought at a high price. You bought when prices were through the roof. And now the bear market set in after you bought in. So that's why you're seeing prices drop. But eventually the market finds a support. And the bull market comes back around and prices go right back up. But what happens is a lot of y'all that bought at the top, when the price dropped down, y'all going to sell and jump off the boat. A lot of people already did, and they locked in those losses. But remember, it's never a loss until you sell. Even if you bought in high and all the prices get brought down, it's not a loss until you actually lock it in by selling. Because one, you can average down, dollar cost average. You can continue to buy more at lower price levels, and it will bring your average cost that you paid to a lower price. So that way your break even point is a lot lower, or the point you start seeing gains is a lot lower as well, and you can make more money. So also I seen this post, shout out to Sal. He said, Gary, they definitely let us down. I need to know how the team let you down, bro. Let us know. So TV says 155 million strong. Good work. Remember, buy what you can afford to lose. Everybody, like, a number one question I get is, how many Shiba Inu should I hold? Only hold what you're willing to risk losing. Only hold what you won't get emotional about. Only hold, if we go through a bear market and it lasts for 1 year, 2 years, only hold an amount that you're going to be able to hold through the storm, because you don't want, because it didn't take place, or the run didn't happen as fast as you wanted to. So now you decide to drop out of your position and lock in those losses, and you're giving money to the rest of the market when you do that. So I hope y'all know that. Gary says, so we need to wake them up, otherwise they will not support it like they claimed they would and have shown. They DGAF. So support what? And what if exactly are you referring to? Now, yes, we were expecting major burns, but you got to remember, the team did tell us burns would happen, but they never gave us a specific amount. Also, they did tell us the burns from SHIBARMY will be happening, which those burns will be happening. It's just that we haven't reached a point to where the burns are initiated. Now, granted, I'm here with y'all. When I say the burns are too low, I agree. Yes, that was the point, to make SHIBARMY layer 2 scaling solution extremely cheap, fast. But when it comes to how much we want burn for Shiba Inu, that burn rate isn't going to cut it. So we either have to give up on this idea of SHIBARMY being, like Satoshi said, it's not the end all be all, but we have to either give up on this idea of SHIBARMY providing these level of burns, because I want to get to this Claybro video in a little bit. But, he even talked about, he plugged in these different numbers of the base fee and showed, how it would still take basically 1,000 months or so, to be able to burn a significant, even to initiate the $25,000 burn just to begin the burning process. So that is clearly not the way. Now, one thing I did hear, make sure y'all hear this loud and clear. I heard that the fee for SHIBARMY can increase depending on how much traffic is going over SHIBARMY. So let's say there's a new meme coin that's built on top of SHIBARMY. It goes crazy. The next Pepe, everybody's trying to buy it on SHIBARMY. That congestion could increase the burn rate. That where we do see something, a little better. But, I'm not too optimistic right now at this point until we see, what actually plays out when it comes to, a new project like that burning on top of SHIBARMY. So shout out to everybody for the feedback. Yellow Man says, all I care about is raising the burn fee and I get mass adoption. But burning 589 trillion isn't a small task. You're right, it's not. But think about it. If the burn fee is too high, no one will use SHIBARMY. If the burn fee, or if the fee is the transaction fee is more expensive than other chains, there's no incentive for people to start using SHIBARMY. Now, granted, our fee is a lot lower than other chains out there, drastically lower. But, at the same time, that was one of the goals. So we have to see how this congestion will work for burns. If we get, thousands of people using SHIBARMY at once trying to, buy different tokens, will that raise the burn fee up to 1 cent, 5 cents, $1? We don't know. We just have to wait and see. And, wait for a project to actually develop on top of SHIBARMY that has that type of success. This is what I talked about in the video before this. Right now is the time for us to start building. They show a few different things you could be doing on SHIBARMY that, you should be taking a look at. I want to share this with y'all, as well. Look at this. So no matter what lane you're coming from, there's something you can be doing on SHIBARMY. So let's take a look at this real quick. Shout out to everybody in this chat. Okay, so here's a post from Lucy saying SHIBARMY is open to everyone, you included, watching this. Developers, businesses, startups, people, crypto, DeFi/NFTs, gamers, DAOs, token issuers, education, nonprofit. If you fit in any of those categories and you have a skill, you can bring it to SHIBARMY. That will help us all with the rate of adoption. Once more people are building on top of SHIBARMY, more people are utilizing SHIBARMY, it attracts more people, and that's where we really start to see SHIBARMY's full effect kick in. Now, I don't know what it'll look like, but I'm bullish on, hoping that that's exactly what it is. Like Satoshi said, we need mass adoption. We need y'all, everybody out there, to do what you can for SHIBARMY to help more people adopt it. Whether it's just sharing, spreading the word about SHIBARMY, letting people know that they can build on SHIBARMY if you don't have the skills to. It's all important. We all have to do our part. So beyond her saying it's open to everyone, this is what, she specifically went into. So developers, create cool apps. Can you build apps? Do you know any cool app ideas? Put it on SHIBARMY. Businesses, save on operations. Do you run a business right now? Are you an entrepreneur? Put it on SHIBARMY. Figure out which ways you can save on some operation fees. Are you a startup looking to start one? Innovate affordably using the SHIBARMY blockchain. People, are you trading cryptocurrencies? Do you buy, different projects? Well, if you do, and you look for meme type of plays and degen plays, you could be doing that on SHIBARMY and enjoying low fees. There's a few projects out there already on SHIBARMY. Crypto projects save costs. If you are a part of a team of a crypto project, you could be incorporating SHIBARMY to save some money for the overall project. DeFi NFTs, scale and prosper. Think about it. This is a new chain. Usually, we remember when Solana NFTs first came out, they had a lot of hype surrounding them because the fees were lower. The barrier to entry was a lot lower. It got people in faster. Think about the fees on SHIBARMY, and that barrier to entry is basically inexistent. So if you have an NFT project idea, build it on SHIBARMY. Gamers, level up your experience. Are you just the average gamer? Well, now can be the time to build a game. Are you going to just be a consumer forever and just play video games? Or will you eventually step out there and say, you know what, I'm going to add something to the space. I'm going to add some value to the gaming space. It doesn't have to be a video game. It could be a gaming guide, best games list. It could be, whatever you can do, build it on SHIBARMY. DAOs, govern with ease. If you're, looking, let's say you're a community member of another project, you can create a DAO on SHIBARMY and allow community members to vote on what they would like to see happen. Even if you would like to start a DAO in SHIBARMY for the Shiba Inu project, imagine if your DAO becomes one of the most popular DAOs, from the community ran side of things. It might not be as valuable or as big as the SHIB team DAO, but imagine if it's the largest community ran DAO. The team will have no choice but to take it into consideration, y'all. That's all they're waiting for. They allow everybody to start building for Shiba Inu. But once, projects start scamming or they stop burning or doing whatever they promised that they would do for Shiba Inu, the team lets them walk. That's why the team is so, careful on providing a platform for all these other projects, because you hear them say they're going to do this 1 minute and they don't the next. But guarantee you, if somebody comes out of the woodworks and starts building something for Shiba Inu that's bigger than anybody expected, it's bigger than the team expected, I guarantee you they're going to roll out the red carpet for you. They're going to welcome you with open arms because you built something of value. So you got to keep that in mind. Also, token issuers, create tokens smoothly. Have you ever wanted to create a crypto project? This is the time to do it now, especially during the bear market. You're going to give the community an opportunity to get in when things are cheap. That way, when Ethereum starts shooting through the roof, Bitcoin starts going up, everything, that way they can take that ride and gain money just from the price of all the assets increasing, y'all. So this is the time right now. If you're an educator, if you want to provide education, or if you want education, you could be going to SHIBARMY to learn more about blockchains. You could be teaching more. I'm thinking about, how this works for me on the education side, providing educational material content through SHIBARMY or on SHIBARMY. And then also nonprofits, transparent operations. You have any ideas for nonprofit organizations? Guess what? You got the blockchain of SHIBARMY now to show that everything is on the up and up. There's no funny business going on. So there's so many different, use cases that you can, incorporate SHIBARMY with, that the possibilities are endless. It's just up to you to do it, y'all. So what ideas do y'all have? What do y'all think is necessary? That's the question here. Dylan says, sitting on 120 billion, bad AI, waiting for fives to buy more. Good work, Dylan. Christian says, no, I wouldn't be happy. Okay. Dave says, did Lucky make a big mistake in that Twitter space talking about Burns? Lucy. Did Lucy make a, what was that mistake? What did Lucy mention? Christian says, I need more. Gary says, what is your opinion on WSM? It's offered 69% APY when staking. I'm not sure off the bat what that is. I probably know what it is, but just can't think of it right now. So let me know. PD says, I'm thinking of getting a fun place for the metaverse, like an arcade spot. That's what's up. That's what's up. Things like that. Bringing utility to shibarium, y'all. This is the opportunity for y'all that are tired of being in the same position. If you're just tired of being a regular crypto investor, right now is your time to shine. Right now is your time to get on the shibarium blockchain, learn what you can do, start learning, start building, so that way you can provide value to the space and you level up. Think about it. The only way to make money in the space is not through traditional investing. If you can provide a tool, a service, a product that's valuable, people will pay you for that. Or just as a byproduct, money will come to you for what you create. So you got to keep that in mind. Right now is the time. If you want to go from investor type 0 to investor type 1, then you need to be building. Add some value. Think of what you can create. It's open for everybody. Soul says a lot of us wouldn't be happy, but man, times are hard. We don't have money to buy the dip every time, man. Good point. That's a very, very good point. A lot of people don't have the money to be able to buy the dip every time. And don't think I'm saying you have to buy the dip every time, because no one has just unlimited money to be able to do so. But what you can do when you do dollar cost average is make those amounts smaller. So let's say you have a target of amount you want to invest into Shiba Inu. Let's just say $1,000. You start off a position with $300. Or let's say even $500. That leaves, so you entered Shiba Inu with a position size of $500. Now you left 500 more that you plan on putting in, but you're going to dollar cost average throughout a period of time. You can break that remaining 500 up. You could invest it by per 100, per 50, per 25, per 20, per 5, per 10, however you want to do it. Just break it up so that way you have multiple opportunities to buy the dip. So I like to look at key price levels in the chart, key support levels, and I'll say, okay, let's say we enter here at this X price level. If the price pulls back to this next key support, we will be able to buy the dip again at this level. And what I like to do is be able to buy the dip at least 3 times if it's something that I'm bullish on. So I'll break up whatever remaining amount I plan to put in at least by 3. Or if you decide to put 100 in at different levels, you could buy the dip 5 more times. Let's say it pulls back to the next key support level. You put another 100. Now you're 600 total in, but you brought your average cost down. It pulls back, even more at the next support level. Now you put another 100 in. You still brought the average cost down. Now you're 700 in. It pulls back more. Throw another 100. Now you're 800 in, but brought your average cost down even lower. And let's say it holds at that level for a very long time. Let's say it's been 3 months around that level. 4 months, 5 months, 6 months around that level. You could buy at that level again just because you may feel a little confident, like I think we found the bottom. And let's say it even surprises you and pulls back another one. Now you got one more $100 to be able to put in again to bring your average cost down. That's the way you should be looking at it. So, and also what I recommend, is to look for other ways to create income. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. They're not just depending on a paycheck or this one idea or this stream here. They have multiple streams of income. So that's what you got to do if you want to get to that level. You got to think of your skill set that you have. How can you monetize the skills you currently have? Or how can you go learn some new skills and monetize them so that way you can be able to have more money to spend? Think of that. And think of it like this. Even building on shibarium may create an opportunity for you to make more money so you can buy the dip more if that's what you want to do. Dylan says, I'm not feeling SHIB right now after what Lucy said on that AMA. SHIB just failed us on the burns. What did Lucy say on that AMA? Let me know. Let me know, Dylan. TV says, I'm holding. Madness says, I think Shiba should make a Spotify playlist, and from the earnings they put the burns or make a bank card so they can burn like 2% cash back of SHIB. That would be crazy. That would be dope. B100. And think about it. Guess what? You can do that for Shiba Inu the same way the team can find a partnership out there that does 2% burn or cash back a SHIB. You can find that partnership and make it happen. Look for some, startup online, debit, credit card companies, whatever. Look for, think about who's one, French Connection Finance. I think they specialize in that. I've seen them partner with a few crypto projects and, help them get debit cards out there. So, hit up a project like that and see what they can do. B100 says, I got faith in Shiba. Too much talk about it. I dropped from 45 to 10. I've been in it. Christian said, why is that? I'm not sure what you mean. Jaron says, how many Shiba coins do you have, fam? I got enough, and still looking to get more. Negative Man says, I really think these fees should go up to 1 cent, or an explanation on why that would be too much would be nice. I know it's not the end all be all, but I don't see why 1 cent would turn people off. I agree with you on that. I don't think 1 cent would be too expensive. Malcolm Neal says, what have the dev burned to now? Community has done more than the so-called devs. You might have a point there. I don't know what the actual rate, the dev, or the amount the dev has burned versus the community, but I know most of those burns have come through the community. So this is the thing. Why do you put so much responsibility on the devs? Why not create your own department of Shiba Inu development? You can do that, Malcolm. Roland says, happy with the amount of SHIB I have, but I've been researching Ripple XRP that is rolling big in Dubai. 777, stay bullish, salute. Gary says, they put it out there that every transaction would generate burn, then it gets dropped. We need to accumulate 25K to burn. What? WTH. So that was mentioned in the beginning, bro. They did say, I agree with you. The team did say every transaction will burn Shiba Inu, but they also mentioned that there would have to be a pile of bone that stacks up to 25,000 bone first. And now they didn't mention this in the very beginning, but before everything rolled out, they did let us know that there would have to be 25,000 bone piled up in order to initiate these burns. So what do you want to do about it? Christian says, what's the potential bone has in the next bull run? I think the entire Shiba Inu ecosystem is going to be bullish for the next bull run. Think about it. If SHIB did what it did last bull run, I had nobody answer me on that. Not one person mentioned anything so far. I'm still going through the comments, but I haven't seen anybody say anything about this yet. If Shiba Inu did what it did last bull market, and we're in a bear market right now, what do you think Shiba Inu is going to do on the next bull market? Let us know. Soul says, I don't know what to do, but I don't believe someone hasn't suggested something great out of all these investors. A suggestion and doing something, taking action is two different things. Take action. There's no reason, there's nothing stopping anybody from taking action. Orange Diamond says, I thought Bone was a good deal when it went down to 141. Now it's at 97 cents. Think it's time to top off the bag. Good work. It's called value investing. You want to buy, you want to see other areas where people were willing to buy it, and you want to buy cheaper. So that way, when the price goes above that level, you make profit, y'all. That's the name of investing. Julian says, accumulation is the key. Facts. King says the community is appreciative for the help. However, the help must be genuine with transparency. At Shiba Inu's low price, the target must be to bring others into the community. And I think that's what the team is doing with utilities like shibArmy. shibArmy is built to bring more people into the ecosystem, to attract more developers, to attract more businesses. You know, that's what we want to see. So let me know, are they not doing that? Charles says, that's why you don't pull all your money in at one time. Then you DCA as the price drops and keep putting small amounts on the dips and bear market. Facts. Yellow Man says, I got about 400 million and I want more. Good work. DLP says, too late. I'm overbought. Hey, what do you mean by I'm overbought? Do you mean you bought too many, or you bought in overbought territory? Luke says, I hope when we hit 25,000 bones accumulated in the burn feed, that bone pumps before they initiate that burn to maximize the burn. That's a good point right there. Think about the price of bone when that 25,000 bone does hit. You know, that's one thing I didn't think about, to be honest. I just assumed, you know, bone being over $1 at that point whenever it does happen. But, you know, think about it. Bone does shoot up $3, $4, $5, you know, and that's when it happens. That could be a lot better for Shiba Inu burn. So good point, Luke. All do our part and see your investments grow. In time, early days, very early days, share, promote, introduce, teach others, create. Facts. Some of y'all would have been toast. Some of y'all would have been toast during, you know, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, even 2019, 2020. You know, depending if y'all didn't get in right before prices start to run on, you know, on those bull markets. But if y'all would have entered in any of those times during a bear market, y'all would have been toast. A lot of y'all, not everybody. If y'all hear me right now, if it's not you, if it don't apply, let it fly. But for a lot of y'all would have been toast because y'all would not have been able to hold on. So even if we do have a bull market with ridiculous all-time high prices around the corner, a lot of y'all won't make it because y'all about to shake yourselves out. A lot of y'all scaring yourselves to the point where y'all about to jump off the ship before you even, you know, allow things to really play out. But that's cool though. You know, everybody has to learn their own lesson. I'm not mad at anybody for jumping off the ship. If you want to give up your spot, I welcome you to do that, because the less people on the ship, the lighter the ship becomes and the easier it is for the ship to take off. Now, I want my community to be on the ship, but if you're somebody who just can't take it, that's absolutely fine with me. More room for us, you know? Now, I'm not trying to be, you know, bogus or nothing, but, you know, that's just what it is, y'all. Juan says, I want to know more about the meta side of things. Okay, as far as what? Dave D says, I like to hold 100 million for that 1 cent dream. Create multiple bags. I like to tell y'all multiple bags, because let's say you had 100 million SHIB, right? And it blast up to a quarter of a cent or a half of a cent. And you're waiting saying, yep, I'm waiting for that 1 cent. And then that was the peak of the bull market. And now you got another 2 years of bear market ahead of you. You would have had 100 million SHIB go to a half a cent, and you didn't take profit because it didn't reach your full 1 cent. Now, I'm not mad at you if that's your strategy, but I want y'all to be, just to think a little more open about, the possibilities of having multiple bags and not just holding that one bag, because whatever price target you're aiming for, the market is going to make it hard. The market isn't going to just let it easily go to that level. So you have a big fight ahead of you. But let's say if the market knows a lot of people waiting for 1 cent and it gets to a quarter cent, but a lot of whales start to cash out at that level, that's what they'll do, because they know that there's people waiting for a level above them. So they'll put a lot of selling pressure on the asset, and it'll start to trade down before you get your chance to take your profit. And now you're stuck in for another bear cycle, and you're going to be one of those people like, man, I should have took something. Yeah, I seen my 100 million SHIB. I don't know what the price will be, but you could say, let's say I seen it grow to 150,000, but I didn't take profit because I was waiting for 1 cent. That's going to be you. I'm trying to just inform y'all, wake some of y'all up, do whatever you want to do, though. Christian says, the article link to bad idea. You can't drop links in a chat. YouTube will not let you drop links in a chat. So some of y'all I see try to share links. It doesn't pop up on my end because YouTube does not allow it. So Dale P says, cheap has worked well for Solana. High gas makes less paper hands, in my opinion. Hey, so he said cheap hasn't worked well for Solana. High gas makes less paper hands, in my opinion. You got a good point there. But if it's not a popular chain like Ethereum, if developers aren't thirsty to build on top of it like Ethereum, then you can have all the high gas fees in the world. But if one person uses it and the gas fee was $100, you only burned $100, or the fee was only $100. So you can have a high gas fee, but if nobody wants to use it, it doesn't make sense. So Yellow says, work ETH. I paid you $10, even of it was 2-3, that's still a lot less. Work ETH, I paid you to $10, even of it was, I'm not sure what you mean right there, bro. You got to rewrite that. Christian says, I think that Shiba Inu will go into price discovery for sure, specifically with the Shibarium blockchain being a success. Okay, that's one person responded. King says, actually, December, I watch you every day. However, we need other avenues to burn Shiba Inu. Unfortunately, because the fees are so low, it's not going to burn Shiba Inu. I suggest burn with 1.33 million. Okay, I kind of get half of what you're saying right there, but I appreciate you for rocking with me every day, man. Shout out to King. Balls says it's called Shibarium, not bone ararium. Why spend so long making the L2 and not put a proper burn mech in it? It's much faster than trying to convince the planet to adopt this. So why not? Come on, Balls. Why don't you just develop one? Why don't you just develop a new Shibarium, a new blockchain layer 2 scaling solution that burns strictly Shiba Inu straight from the circulating supply? However you want to do it, send it straight to the burn wallet. Start building it, and when you got it up and ready, let me know how long it's going to take, and we'll promote it right here on the channel. Let me know. Is that what you want to do? Malcolm says, I will buy Satoshi's book for 2 bone if he truly believes in bone. Tara says, I want to go shopping and be able to pay with SHIB everywhere. It's up to us to make this community and SHIB like the dollar. Facts. You already see a lot of wide exception or adoption, take place with Shiba Inu as a form of currency. You can buy Gucci at the Gucci store right now with Shiba Inu, y'all. So that tells you, you can book flights, book hotels, you can go eat at restaurants with Shiba Inu right now. It's still in the early stages. It takes time, y'all. It takes some years for, things to fully develop, especially technical, things on the technical side. Shiba Inu is in that tech sector. It's a cryptocurrency, so it's going to take time for it to, fully get to where, people can envision it being. Now think about Bitcoin. Started in 2008, 2009, look at where it is today. At that time, I remember when I first heard of Bitcoin, it was 11 cents. When I first heard of Bitcoin, it was 11 cents. I had no clue Bitcoin would eventually be over 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, even going to a high of 68,000. I would have thought it was absolutely just crazy to think that. So, what do y'all want to do? What do y'all want to build? We have a community here. If all hands are on deck, we can make some noise, y'all. But y'all have to bring ideas. Y'all have to be willing to put in the work. You have to take initiative. You can't just throw everything on the team and then not be happy when they don't deliver with something that you want to see. Because why didn't you take initiative? We are all Ryoshi. So PD says people need to calm down. This is a global project. These devs gave us other projects to make money on till the time, like Bone, Leash, MSwap, Bad Idea AI. You have to look beyond. Juan says, my NFT will bring everyone. Dave P says, I found a good token on shibArmy. Cryptic has utilities, Web3 browser, and a docs dev holding until the bull run. Good work. Do that due diligence, though. It's not financial advice. TCMR Life says, thank you for being a great voice for the SHIBArmy and keeping the faith in Shiba Inu. You're welcome for that, bro. Thank you for rocking with me. Roland says, I'm not good with computers, Sally, but trying to learn. When you say using shibArmy for business, how to use for barbershop business? That's a good question right there. Anybody, we got over 80 people in the stream right now. Give us some ideas in the chat right now on what, on your knowledge on blockchain. How could shibArmy or blockchain be used to help a barbershop business? I'm gonna think on that a little bit. Now there has to be some way in there, but give me a minute to think about it, because we got a lot of things running right now. But I'm definitely interested in seeing some of the feedback on that. How can shibArmy be used for a barbershop business? Let's give Roland some feedback on that. So King says, we need to have burn parties, and these parties cannot use shibArmy because the fees are too low. Have the money sent to fundraising platform, then sent to their wallet. You and other influencers host. That's a good point. I like that. I'm down. That muffler shop says the burn numbers were put out there to see months in advance. So I'm not real sure how anyone can say they lied about it or numbers. After adoption, burn rate can be raised. When people move to L2, we raise rates slowly, but adoption is king at the moment. Gary says, Wall Street memes. Okay, I got to look into that one. Jaminox says, the topic of discussion lately has been mass adoption and demand that will rise the price. I understand the need and the demand for bone and leash, but what is the use case for SHIB to gain that demand? That's what we got to talk about. That's what we're all here to figure out. Mike says, shout out to the DD Nation. Salute to Mike. Ball says, you would not be able to convince the entire world to adopt this when most of the population doesn't even know what crypto is. That's a good point. But good thing is we don't need the entire world to adopt it. Just a good percentage of the market. PD says, what up, Mike? Ball says, or like bro said, we don't have the money to move the needle like whales do. So this is what we can do. We can develop. We can build value around it. Stefan says, invest 20 a week. Mike says, just wanted to give the heads up. Don't use the exchange Webull. You are not allowed to use any cold wallet. King says, with 1.3 million holders, we need to target other investors. I speak to everyone about Shiba Inu. That's a good word, spreading the word, raising awareness. That's what it's about. People have to become aware of something before they can start to use it. They don't even know it exists. How could they be interested or ever use it? Ball says, she said, whoever said the initial statement that shibArmy would burn 111 trillion coins is ridiculous. Okay, so I believe that was Queenie. So I believe Queenie was basically what Lucy was, to exactly what Shiba Inu is, or exactly what Lucy basically is. I don't know if Lucy does more behind the scenes, so don't take this offense of Lucy. But basically what Lucy is right now, Queenie was that before I heard of Lucy. And at that time, Queenie basically did an estimation or a guesstimation, breaking it down on how 111 trillion coins could be burned per year. But she did say that was an estimation, guesstimation, whatever. It's not financial advice. But I didn't see that part during the AMA. Roland says, dollar cost average. I've been doing since 2016 with Bitcoin. Good work. Dave says, she said the trillions of SHIB burns aren't going to happen. I know a lot of people, that pissed a lot of people off. PD says, family, multiple bags is the key. To me, it's the only way. If you bought at the top, then start another bag. Facts. Roland says, how to build on shibArmy. You got to get on shibArmy and start learning about it. I'm going to start myself, seeing what all we can build on shibArmy. I might even start doing members only live streams where the members can, dive into shibArmy with me, and we start coming up with some ideas ourselves to see, exactly what we can make happen. But, it's going to take some time. So, just keep that in mind. Wayne says, community will smash the game. It's too easy. And I don't see how nobody sees it. 5-year plan. Facts. You got to give it time. Give it time, y'all. Just give it time. Nobody imagined Doge will be where it's at today 5 years ago. Nobody imagined Bitcoin would be where it's at, 10 years ago. Yellow says, Dogecoin had a smaller supply, but it got all the way to 0.06 or whatever without an ecosystem. So I think SHIB is going to be a wild ride, because when that FOMO hits, done deal. Facts. That's the number one thing. We talked about an article today going over when Shiba Inu was, having these breakouts, and how a lot of people thought it had to do with simply Vitalik burning half or 90% of the supply that was sent to him, which half of the Shiba Inu supply was sent to Vitalik, creator of Ethereum, if y'all didn't know that. And a lot of people were excited and saying, like, yeah, that was a good time, but now they feel it's impossible for Shiba Inu to rally like that again because Vitalik already burned, 90% of the supply that was sent to him. Now, y'all have to wake up and understand that wasn't the leading cause for Shiba Inu to go crazy like that, because actually the breakouts happened. One of them at least happened before Vitalik even began to burn his supply, which was like 29 million%. So like the article said, Shiba Inu showed it was already well on its way to, being, the next big thing. Vitalik just began to recognize it too and supported that mission by, burning his supply. But even when he started burning, the price was dropping when he started burning, and the price never stopped. It never found a support. Even with him burning, it kept pulling back further and further and further. So if it was just about him burning, then the price would have basically held at whatever level he started burning at. But that's why, the whole point of this is to tell you that adoption is important. Interest is important. Awareness is important. People demand, that's the number one thing. The demand for Shiba Inu has to be there. When that demand returns, Shiba Inu is going to go crazy, y'all. I don't care what the burns do, because think about it. We didn't have burns the first time Shiba Inu went to any of the all-time highs. The first time during May when Shiba Inu went crazy, or during October 2021 when Shiba Inu went crazy, we had no shibarium. We didn't have no burns. We didn't have, the burn portal. We didn't have none of this. And Shiba Inu went higher than where it is right now. So tell me, what do y'all think is going to happen to Shiba Inu during the next bull cycle? Connect the dots, man. So Mike says, I believe SHIB has too much potential. Facts. If I don't want to fast forward 5 years, but, I'm just going to stay down for the come up. If you're here during the next, 3 to 5 years, I think you're going to be really happy that you did. That's what crypto is about. King says December, but they did not mention the very, very low fees and did not give numbers regarding how much it would take and how long it would take to get to 25,000 bone. You're correct. They did not. They did mention that fees would be low. That's what they told us. Their goal was to make the fees very low. But yeah, you're right. They didn't tell us what the number would be and how long it would take. Juan says it's going to go up, maybe to the moon. King said it's going to take a long time to hit 25,000 bone. Look at the math. Wayne said, forget the devs. Shout out to L. Wright Sr. said, hello, everyone. DLP said, I bought way more than I ever planned. I think bone might fall to Polygon prices. Luke says, never forget how SHIB can pump without any news or development. That's what a lot of y'all haven't seen. I know a lot of y'all couldn't have seen the way SHIB moved during the bull cycle. When Shiba Inu wants to move, it can absolutely move. And I'm not talking about 50%, 75%. I'm talking about 1100% is possible. Shiba Inu can go absolutely crazy. GS says buy utility coins and chill. XRP, XLM, HBAR. L. Rice says ladder in, ladder out. Facts. Ball says she pumped in October 2021 to all-time high without shibarium. To me, the money is clearly there. Facts. Mike says 1, nowhere near the same amount of SHIB from the last bull. 2, shibaswap wasn't out. 3, shibarium wasn't out. 4, so many utilities are out there burning. Was a community need. Be patient. Shout out to Austin says, I concur with you, GS. That's exactly what I'm doing. GS says thumbs up. Austin. Juan says would chat more, but I'm working. Salute to Juan. Appreciate you pulling up while you're working. Yellow Man says with ETH, I paid up to $10 in fees. So even if SHIB fees was $2 to $3, that shouldn't be an issue, is what I was trying to say. Okay, I understand you now, bro. So yeah, you got a good point there. And even during the bull market, y'all, Ethereum fees was way more than $10. I seen Ethereum fees for hundreds of dollars during the bull market, y'all. When Ethereum was at its highest level of usage, it was congested. You could have been paying $200-300 for $57, $80 worth of a token. You could have been trying to buy $100 worth of a token and had to spend $150 for gas. I've seen a lot of people, that was a barrier for entry for a lot of people. Now, shibarium has removed that, so we might see something crazy. Ball says sounds good. Diverse Crypto says facts. Luke says if you diversify your portfolio, then you won't be so tribal in one project. Facts. I recommend holding multiple projects. That way, if one project is doing bad, then you pay attention to another one. If another project is doing bad, pay attention to another one. If all of the projects are doing bad, then you just got to understand that's overall market conditions. The market can be bad sometimes, y'all. What the main thing I think people need to do is just remove your emotion from your investments. Remove the emotion. Remove your emotion from your portfolio. Yes, it feels good when we see our portfolios going up, making money, and whatnot, but you need to remove the emotion from it. So that way, when it's times like this, you don't shake yourself off. Wayne says, where can I send a video with ideas? I mean, you can upload it on social media, on your social media platform. If you got Twitter, post it to Twitter. If you got Instagram or something, post it to Instagram. If you got YouTube, post it to YouTube, and then you can send a link. PD says, nice December, my brother. Finally, this love we have for Shiba is real. Facts. The verse says, Mike agreed, just have to be patient. Deli P says, I'm guilty. I held through last bull run, 1000% plus profits. You live and you learn. Shaking my head. You see this? I'm not just making this stuff up, y'all. The stuff I'm sharing with y'all is what actual real people go through. You have to learn those lessons. That's what Dale just said. He says, I'm guilty. I held through last bull run, 1000% plus profits. So he thought it was just going to keep going and going and going and going and going. But guess what? Eventually it ended up pulling back. And then you start to see it pull back and you don't want to sell because you want it to go back to where you at least had it at. Then, you wait even longer. It drops even further. And you're like, oh, I'm in this nervous, awkward position of wanting to buy or wanting to sell or hold. Don't do it to yourself. This is why I recommend holding multiple bags. So that way you can take advantage of whatever strategy you want. You can hold long term. You can sell for the short term if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. They made a ton of money, seen their portfolios 100,000, 50,000, 75,000, 250,000, 350,000, and didn't take profits like they should have because they wanted to see it go even higher. I knew somebody sitting with a $380,000 portfolio and didn't want to touch it until 1 million. And guess what? It never hit 1 million, and he didn't take profits like he should have because he was waiting for it to hit 1 million. That can be greed. Don't be greedy. Gemini says, brought in at 5,600, been DCA since then. 5 figures later, I have now got down to 1,100. Just hope it pays off one day. Hang in there, guys. I'm a believer. LFG. Good work. Juan says, I want to accept Shiba as a payment for my goods. You can do that. You can do that right now. If you want to accept Shiba Inu as a payment, all you have to do is let your customers know that you now accept Shiba Inu. If you have a wallet and they have a wallet, they can send you Shiba Inu. It's that simple. I accept Shiba Inu for my courses, for my books, my educational material. If you want to pay in Shiba Inu, I accept Shiba Inu 100% all the time, anytime. I don't care how low the price gets, how high the price gets, I accept Shiba Inu because I'm bullish on it in the long term. Like if you want to pay for any of my classes, you can pay with Shiba Inu. GS says, Luke, very true. Russ Style says, Bone will be the new ETH. Rosetta Stone says, I'll accept Shiba Inu for payment at his email. Kenneth says, what is the best crypto project to be invested? It really just depends. It depends on your style, your preference. It depends on so many different factors. It's hard to say that. Dave D says, advertise your barbershop in the SHIB metaverse when it comes out. That's a good thing right there. So thinking about it, you could possibly build some type of beauty shop or barbershop or, something around cosmetics, and you could promote your barbershop there. That's one way. Even if you probably thought about a franchise opportunity, to create a Shiba, Shiba barbershop, where you could franchise the idea out, to other people in different locations, and it all be built off of shibArmy, where, people in the metaverse can walk into the shibArmy, or the metaverse. They can walk into a barbershop there and get information about all the Shiba barbershops, that might be in their area or the closest one to their area. It could be something like that. So much you got to think of it. Rosetta says, I'll take Shiba Inu as a payment. Mike says, I believe as far as barbershops goes, one customer pays with SHIB on an app. Barber chooses how much to donate to a dead wallet. That's a good point right there, saying if you pay in Shiba Inu, a percentage of the burns will go towards, a percentage of the price will go towards burning Shiba Inu. And it can be all done on shibArmy so people can track it. That's one thing right there. Dave says, buy a good spot of land NFT and make the first metaverse barbershop. PD says, family, it is sad that people put money in projects they don't even do research on. They wait for you, December, to tell them. This is sad. All the teaching you give, no one do your own research. Sad. So PD is, encouraging y'all to, do your own due diligence on other projects. Don't just wait until you hear an influencer talking about it. Go find something, research it, get into it, ask the community questions, ask the team questions. TC says when shibArmy grows, so will the fees. The same as ETH. Bigger burns is inevitable. It's a good point. PD says a great teacher like my brother gives so much info so you can look things up, but y'all don't. He can take you to the water, but he can't have you drink it. That's facts, man. Shout out to those that are, taking this information and, getting led to the water, and those that are drinking. Shout out to y'all. But it's a lot of people that, sit there and, they get brought to the water and they don't do anything at that point. Dave D said, I spent 200 in gas last bull run. Hey, I've seen it happening. Juan says that's why it's good to use Robinhood. Those high gas fees can get you. But remember, not your keys, not your crypto. So it is good to use something like that, a centralized exchange. You can avoid the gas fees. But you have to remember, a lot of these projects like Shiba Inu, when it first dropped, you would have missed out on basically everything because it wasn't on centralized exchanges. So if you wait for a project that's doing really well like Shiba Inu did to get on centralized exchanges, you might be missing out on a lot of the run. Keep that in mind also. Diverse says, yeah, I spent 150 in gas fees last bull run. Juan says, December, how can I get investors for my startup Shiba Shack? By promoting it, reaching out, creating information or content around it, letting investors know what the idea is. Soul says, what if you pull out, then it keeps going? That would suck. That is where the fear comes in. I'm guilty of the same thing during the last bull run. So this is why you want to have multiple bags. That way you can pull out, and if it does keep going, you got another bag. You got another bag that you can, hold to whatever level if it does decide to keep going. That's why I recommend that. PD says, I'll accept Shiba for my OnlyFans page. Juan says, a barbershop that burns. See, so those are a few of the ideas right there. But I wanted to talk about one of the biggest stories in crypto right now. If y'all haven't heard, BitBoy Crypto, Ben Armstrong, is his real name. He has basically been hijacked for his company. Now, there's a lot of he say, she say going on around it. I don't want to get too much into it, but this is one of the biggest topics right now in crypto. So I just wanted y'all to stay informed on this as well. So he started a YouTube channel in a company called BitBoy Crypto. He was one of the highest subscribed YouTube channels, over 1 million subscribers. Him, Altcoin Daily, Crypto Coin Bureau, those are the top, crypto related channels up there. Crypto R Us, they're all up there at that level. But what happened with him is he built his, from what he says, he built this company, built this in a certain way where people were able, his team that he put in position was able to basically hijack the company from him. He put people in official positions. It was an actual corporation. So they were able to come together and I guess form a mutiny and, push him out. He said there was a coup formed against him. So the team said it was because of drug usage, abuse, all these other different things. This is all allegedly, not financial advice, not saying this is all true, but that's what the team alleged. And then it came out he had some cheating scandal or whatever. But to me, just, off the bat, my opinion, I think this is absolutely crazy for Ben Armstrong, aka BitBoy Crypto, to lose control of the BitBoy Crypto YouTube channel. Like, a lot of people wouldn't even know who that channel was if it wasn't for him. So I'm not here to say whether he's right or wrong with any of the things. I just want to share this with y'all and just give a little bit of my opinion. So salute to everybody tuned in. Shout out to First Man pulled up, said, what's up, SHIB family? So let's play this one. Let me know real quick, can y'all hear the audio through the mic? So let me. Can y'all hear the audio video playing? Somebody let me know, can y'all hear this? I'm curious on how far the delay is, because sometimes I be asking y'all questions and I don't get the answer for a minute. I don't know if just a lot of people don't. Okay, so no, can't hear. No, can't hear. That's crazy with how loud it is. Absolutely wild. So y'all can't hear this right here. Okay, y'all can't hear. There's something on because I recorded a video earlier where made sure that the sound could go through, it could play through everything. But I think for some reason when I'm live, there's something I'm using StreamYard to go live. But for some reason, when I use StreamYard, it blocks out the audio from the computer. I'm not sure if it's like some noise cancellation or something, whatever the case is. I don't know why it does that, but basically he's just telling his community, Bit Squad or whatever the name was, that they have a new name. He said the name has been changed to Ben Nation, and he has a new YouTube channel now called Ben Armstrong. He basically talked about how, it's basically time for a name change anyway, being 40, about to be 41. Being called BitBoy Crypto is not really cool. So, he's rocking with the Ben Armstrong now. And he's going to go into talking more about. We have a lot of communication. He's super excited. What made him who go back to low production value, high information value. And that's what we're going to think about it. Obviously he has no choice but to go back to that. All those fancy cameras, fancy location, the setup, all that, the studio, all that's gone. That's all company owned. They even took this man's Lamborghini back. The craziest thing I heard was that they actually took his company crypto portfolio, y'all. That is wild. So he said he's basically left with, just a little crypto. He's basically saying like, it's not a big deal. He's going to start over and make it all back. But he's basically letting everybody know that they shook him to the ground. So notice how during bad times, bear markets, things like that, everybody's feeling it right now, y'all. Everybody, even the top people that are making the most money are feeling it right now. Maybe, of course, not people that are already wealthy, but like those that are still on the come up, still trying to make something of themselves. Everybody's feeling it right now. Just being honest, I don't want to go too far into things, but I talk to a lot of people across the board in different positions like y'all levels, and some of y'all are in a lot of different positions as well. But I talk to developers, I talk to other YouTubers, I talk to other influencers, just not on YouTube as well, on different platforms. I talk to other people that are in the crypto space that are just low key and don't really look for attention and things of that sort. And right now, it's a tough time for everybody. Let me know right now in the chat. Keep it real. Is it a tough time for you as well right now in the crypto market? Let me know. Let the people know. Let's keep it real. For everybody right now, it's not the best time, myself included. In the bull market, we've seen a lot more gains, a lot more successful projects, made a lot more money, but it's all a part of the game. That's why you got to remove emotions from it so you can recognize what's happening, position yourself the right way. So that way, when tough times come around, you can survive through it. Let me see if we got anybody keeping it 1,000 in here, man. Shout out to Roblox Addict. Said, let's go. Mike says the best way to bypass the problem: 1, play video on computer with open mic. 2, play video without sound the way you're playing it now. I'm not sure what you meant by open mic. But Jeremy says yes. Yellow Man says facts. First billionaire in the family says yes, sir. Real tough. Keep it real, y'all. Roblox says you the only thing making it better, my G. Thank you. You're welcome for that, bro. Roland says, yes, you can. I accept Shiba Inu for the haircuts all the time and other coins also. So let the chat know, though. We asking the stream right now, everybody who's in here, is it a hard time for you right now in crypto? Like, obviously, it's tough times right now, y'all, for everybody. Basaya says, SHIB, the metaverse plots will explode. We saying at the end of the day, how you get your information is not as important as the information being given. So basically, he's saying you don't need this high quality production team with 20 staff members in order to give good information. Take it, look at this channel. I'm the only one. I have, one assistant that helps with things not even really related to the channel, but outside of our Facebook group, I have one person that I hired to help with that. But aside from that, I'm doing this all on my own. And look at the information I'm still able to bring to y'all. So the production value, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people say, a lot of things aren't the best, but as long as you can get the information, that's what's important. The 2020 bull run, the Big Boy Crypto channel made more millionaires than any channel in history, and he'll put that to its test. So I don't know. I know I helped make a few millionaires with my channel, so I know he's not lying. I'm sure he definitely made more millionaires than I helped create on his channel. So he might have a point there. I don't know if that's true or not, but he popping right now. He popping it off right now. He said, and I can tell you we're in Ben Nation, Ben Arm. He says this is the place to come. It'll be a solo 40 days, but it's decided, to with everyone again. He said he lost everything. He said they took the land. He said he still has a little bit of crypto. He said he's starting over. He said, if you missed the last bear market, you're going to get to see get it all back. Because why? He said, because I made no, but because I'm using crypto that much. And I know it inside and out. So say it's coming on the journey, you go back. So he says his ass is over. He says he's been extremely humble in the last few weeks. So to be honest, it's sad to see, somebody going through something like this. But to be honest, I'm glad he's getting back to, waking up and realizing, it doesn't take all that to do what he, wants to do. It's not about falling. It's about how you get up after the fall, So that's what I'm more excited to see, his come up, the comeback for Big Boy or Ben Armstrong. So, never was like particularly a major fan or not or a hater of his or nothing, but I did watch his content sometimes, and I like what he provided to the space, so I was cool with him. I don't know how y'all feel about him personally, but I don't have no problems with him. Sometimes I seen him, doing some things. It was like, all right, I might have a little, opinion on certain things, but nothing too, too major. But let's see. So Rosetta says it's tough right now. The dollar is becoming worthless and everything going up. Facts. We're being tore up by inflation. We are getting our asses kicked when it comes to inflation right now. I'm telling y'all. Notice everything going up. The value of the dollars is losing, power. That's just the reality of the situation. But this is why crypto is here. This is why you should be taking advantage of the bear market in the cheap prices. L. Wright says rough, tough, and wasteland. Juan says, are you worried about bricks? Not necessarily like worried, but I know, it's coming. Everything that's going to be is going to be, so we just have to prepare and position yourself so that way you're in the best position no matter what happens. That's all I like to do. I don't care who becomes president. I don't care what this does, what that does. I'm just trying to position myself so that way, we can survive and thrive, during, the bear markets, the bull markets, all that. But this is why I try to teach y'all the strategies that, I try to use so that way, y'all have the opportunity. I don't like to see, don't get me wrong, I don't care if you want to do it, but I don't like to see people saying like, I held through the whole last bull market and I didn't take anything. And now everything is back low. That makes me feel like I got to push this word out there more about taking profits. Y'all always hear me, even when in the beginning of the bull market last year, when people were, everybody's making money, people going crazy. A lot of people didn't like the fact that I was saying, take some profits on Shiba Inu. They're like, why are you telling people to sell? It's like, what are you here for? You're here to make money, right? Secure some of that money, secure something. So that way, just in case prices pull back, because we never know how high an asset is going to go. But in case it pulls back, at least you got something off the table. That's what I'm trying to say. Not saying you have to take profit at baby levels or at whatever level, 1x, 2x, whatever, but just at some point, you should be getting some profit off the table. I like to secure my principal investment and take a cherry off the top to reward myself for even taking that chance. So that way, even if everything else after that drops, guess what? I still made money. It might not have been as much as I could have made, but I still didn't take an L on that one. So that's what I want y'all to keep in mind. TC says, definitely tough times. Been buying the dips to help me make it through the pain. Good work. Mike says, okay, have two computers running simultaneously. The one with sound over your mic, over your open mic, and stream it. That way you are now without sound. It'll sync. Okay, I see what you're saying. I just got to figure out the settings to how to turn off that noise cancellation or whatever that the streaming software is using. So Messiah says Snoop blew up Decentraland plots. Wonder if Ice Cube has a plot in the SHIB metaverse. That will be interesting. Imagine if Ice Cube built the Big Three League inside of the SHIB metaverse. Ice Cube is really focused on that Big Three League right now. Think about that. If he was able to do something with it in there, that would be big. First Man says, at this time, you have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Never invest no more than you can afford to lose. PD says, no, I'm okay. I've been through the market before. Plus, the second house revenue is pretty cool. I still work, but multiple streams of income, so I'm okay. So I'm not meaning just like financially, but I meant like in crypto, But yeah, I get what you mean though, PD. Definitely having those multiple streams of income, things are, a little bit better when you can do that. But I'm saying for most people, their portfolios aren't at the highest level that they've seen them at before. That's what I'm saying. So as far as that, it's tough for a lot of people, especially seeing your portfolio value, not go up when you want it to. K Home said, what's good, DD? Baby sheep up. Salute. Shout out to K Home. Blockchain Batty says, no. Can't hear. Juan says, food bank every month. Keith says, I'm 65 years old and new at this. Coming to the table without emotions and a lot of patience. Good work, Keith. Mike says, but is this hard times? No, I'm just thankful that I have my cold wallet Tangent where I can get different tokens from within the app. Good work. PD says the things I learned in my journey is to keep your license clean and get multiple streams of income. Nody says, which administration, red or blue, has the most bull runs? I'm not even sure, to be honest, bro. But I wanted to also go over to this video from Clay. Shout out to Clay, bro. Where he talked about the different numbers that were plugged into the SHIB burn rate. Let me see if he dropped that on Twitter. Okay, so let's check this out here. So shout out to Clay, bro, for sharing this. Make sure y'all go follow him, show him some love. So here's that post here. This is the highest burnt fees I have seen on shibarium. Multiply this number by the total transactions, and we have accumulated 0.00004577 in the last 3 weeks. Don't forget, we need 25,000 before we see the first SHIB burn from shibarium. shibarium, ShibaRmy. So he has a point right here. So this is the fee. Highest burn fee you've seen times the total number of transactions would get us this total burns accumulated. So this is how much basically bone we would have so far that would be going towards that burn. So not even $1 worth of bone yet, y'all. Absolutely, terrible as far as, what we want to see with higher burns. But, this is what the team wanted to do. They wanted to make the fees very low so people will use it. I could say they excelled at that goal. But now we got to talk about this. Like, okay, this is super low. This is super low. So what should we be doing, after this point? Increasing the burn fee. There might be a ability to vote on the DAO to raise the fee, but it's not looking like the team really wants to do that right now. I can't say they don't because I haven't really officially heard that, but I know they've heard the community asking for that, and I haven't seen them really respond to that. So this is horrible, y'all. This is horrible as far as getting to that point of burning 25,000 bone. So we need to think of other avenues, or just let shibarium get time to where the burn fee can increase based on the amount of usage that it sees. Because remember, this fee will increase as more people use shibarium. Don't think the fee will stay at this level. It's going to get higher as people use shibarium, but how much higher though? It might knock off a 0 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but even then we're still, a long way away. So let me know what y'all think about that. Mike says, the only thing is that I really wish that Satoshi would stop using riddles. Retweet, we are not Batman. Juan says, man, I only really seen red in my bags. I took some profits right before shibarium hit. Good work. Rosetta Stone said, anybody else thinking white hat here? White hat as far as what? Like hacking or something like that? What do you mean? So what do y'all think about this? We got the burns broke down. Let's see what some of the communities are saying. So Clay says the whole point is to show that infinite adoption cannot make up for the minute burn fee. So let's work on increasing both inputs. Let's increase the total transactions and the burn fees. That's how we see growth, by working together and achieving the impossible. So Clay got a point there. Shout out to Clay for sharing this. Somebody said, explain it to me as if I was a toddler. Clay says, because the base fee is so cheap, And shibarium is so efficient. Burning even one Shiba Inu coin will be impossible unless the fees increase. Someone says, LOL, this is an accurate representation of me and ShibaRmy right now. Attacking the community because instead of listening, they simply cannot be wrong. It's just not the way. While the ecosystem was growing, they were pretending to listen. Now that the developments are dropping and we are blowing up, they don't need to pretend to listen anymore. Clay says, I mean, I don't think I'm wrong either, but I kind of hope that I am because it would mean burns are higher. Someone else says, well, maybe my grandkids will be able to retire on SHIB. Clay says, dead serious though. If they could, man, they would love you for that. And that really would be generational wealth. We may be the generation that sacrifices so our family can be taken care of. Someone else called him FUD, bro. Somebody said, FUD, bro. The base fee is a crucial component of transaction fees on the blockchain. It represents the minimum amount of that the transaction must pay in order to be considered valid. The base fee can fluctuate with each block and is influenced by the level of congestion in the network. Clay responded and said 100% correct, which is why I use the highest of all the numbers I have seen. The average would be lower. Then Cajun Crypto responded back with utilization, 18%, 513,000 blocks. Clay responded to that, says, yeah, please be on standby with those numbers. ShibaRmy will be looking at them again tomorrow. I think he's sleeping. I believe an input is incorrect. So someone else says it will take 6.1 million years to burn the first SHIB. Clay says, I think that's too long. King says, at this point, it's better if the Shiba Inu community has a burn party. This party would not, however, entail purchasing bone or using shibarium. We need to use one of the fundraising tools that exist that others use so that everyone can see the amounts that are donated. So that everyone can see the amounts that are donated by the Shiba Inu community. And then the community can send it to a dead wallet / burn it. If the community wants to see burns, it is going to take a whole community to participate because this self-directed development team is very aware of the time it will take, even with adoption and the amount of transaction is needed before anything will be burned. If there are over 1.3 million Shiba Inu holders, then we need to do a roll call and get this going. Maybe you, Clay, Austin, DecemberDeMarco, Matt, and other influencers can get the fundraising info together, start it, and we can have our fundraising burn parties or parties. This way you guys can set a date, announce it, and do it live for a few hours, discussing the coin, etc., together on your channels, also allowing for further donations to hit the fundraising tool for more burns by the community, letting everyone in the community know that there is not a set amount that can be donated, pennies to dollars. If we have to have burn parties every 2 weeks or once a month, that is what we must do. This seems as if this will be the only way for Shiba Inu community to help its coin. Shiba community, it's a call for action on our part. So what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about organizing a community burn for me and some of the other influencers from SHIB, promote it, and see what we can do? Let me know what y'all think about that. Shout out to Roblox says Shiba, man. PD says, yes, the fee is low, but the projects have to hold bone too. Roland says, been holding coins since 2016 and buying dips all the way up. I'm very patient, man. So let me know, what do y'all think about this burn party? PD says, yo, shibarium is going to have a burn portal. Alex says, keep spreading the word, Clay, bro. People need to be aware of what they're doing. We were promised burns, and they are not keeping their word. The team touted burns, and the hype of shibarium was built around this burn narrative. That was the pitch. Someone else says, if they just made it a flat $1 fee for now, we would have burned 1.3 million worth already. $1 is nothing compared to the gas fee we have been paying for years now on shibaswap and the ETH network. Yan says they used us. Somebody else says, where's everything burn SHIB on shibarium? Anyone knows anything? It's not only the base fee. It's supposed to burn by the whole ecosystem. Someone else says, it said this about 7 months ago. They are using the shibArmy. Brobarium is the key. All the bros need to buy bone to be able to implement Brobarium. With Brobarium, it's shilling something. Someone else says, that's what Lucy, SHIB don't want the community to know. Lucy and Satoshi, y'all making fun of the community, but don't forget, nothing is possible without the community, and SHIB is decentralized. There's no lead. Good job, such a joke. It's Polybarium, nothing original about the fork of the old Polygon. No one's going to mass adopt building on it nor transactions when they can create their own using existing L1s or make their own forked project. You know what I would do is push to be an advocate for SHIB, help others adopt and push Lucy aside because we all have questions. Get a hold of the dev team, top head, and see what you can do to help with your YouTube channel. Claybro says, solid idea. I would never want to push her aside and take over or anything like that. But if Satoshi wants to send me a message, he always can. Our goal is the same. I just want everyone to see the path ahead so we can prepare for turbulence if necessary. Someone else says, right, I'll plan on reinvesting in the 28th century. Thanks, man. Side note, I hate being scammed. Claybro said, haha, dude, hit me up. And if I'm still around in the 28th century, we can hang. Someone else says, nice guy, but dumber than a box of rocks. So, yeah, what do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel? Roland said, I was reading Bricks is signing up with Ripple XRP in Saudi. Connect the dots then. You know what that means. Okay, let's look at some of the top news from Watcher Guru. So we got in JP Morgan Chase is developing a blockchain-based digital deposit token to speed up cross-border payments. So you're seeing everyone enter this, blockchain lane right now. Everyone trying to create their own token. We just seen Coinbase come out with their own chain. I think it's called Base or something like that. But we're seeing a lot of people enter this because obviously, this is the new wave. This is the next thing. That's how we know this space isn't going anywhere. You just got to be able to hold through the downtime. So that way, when the up times are around, you see that profit. So also just in, Apple lost $200 billion in market value over the past 2 days after China banned its government from using iPhones. Now that's crazy right there. I know Apple is going, wild behind that. Obviously, that's not the end of their business. They're still going to do really good as a company. But, 200 billion in market share getting wiped off is crazy. Also, having a whole China government now being able to use iPhones is actually wild too. So Mr. Cool says, not me. I'm a Negan. I don't know what that is. So let's see what else we got here. FBI says North Korean hackers Lazarus Group are behind stakes $41 million crypto theft. Crazy. Let's take a look at this article. So FBI identifies Lazarus Group behind stake.com $41 million theft. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has issued a warning to the public regarding the recent crypto casino heist. Stake.com, a prominent online crypto casino and betting platform, fell victim to cyber criminals on September 4th, 2023, losing a staggering $41 million in virtual currency. The culprits behind the stake hack have been unmasked as the Lazarus Group, a notorious hacker group hailing from North Korea, also known as APT38. Lazarus Group identified as stake.com hackers. The FBI investigation has unveiled a web of illicit activities as Democratic People's Republic of Korea cyber actors swiftly moved the stolen funds. The investigation identified the movement of Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon networks to multiple addresses. However, this isn't the first time the Lazarus Group was wreaked havoc on the virtual currency, or this isn't the first time they wreaked havoc on the virtual currency landscape. And 2023 has been a year of unprecedented theft. These bad cyber actors pilfered over 200 million in various cryptocurrency heists. Notable among these is the theft of approximately 60 million from AlphaPo and CoinsPay on July 22nd, 2023, followed by another haul of approximately 100 million from Atomic Wallet on June 2nd, 2023. The FBI also issued a cybersecurity advisory on Trader urging caution in the digital landscape. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Treasury Office of Foreign Asset Control had already imposed sanctions on the Lazarus Group back in 2019. The heist at stake.com marks another chapter in the ongoing saga of cybercrime, highlighting the urgency for enhanced cybersecurity measures and international. Let's see. So just then, Mexican billionaire says he he says in a liquid part of the portfolio, he now opted. He basically has Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, 4 or 5 miners, oil companies, and some gold miners. That's it. He says in the liquid part of the portfolio. Keep that in mind. So also, just in, ex-FTX executive to plead guilty to criminal charges, including donating 24 million of stolen customer funds to U.S. politicians. This is why I tell y'all it's important to have a cold wallet or at least use decentralized exchanges, because if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Remember that. Also today, 2 years ago, El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as the legal tender. I remember during that time, super bullish. 2 years ago, this time, August or September 2021? Yeah, good times. That we were right before, Shiba Inu went absolutely crazy, but we knew it was coming. So also, let's see what Biden has to say. President Biden. Today, we have the strongest economy in the world, lowest inflation rate among the major economies, 13.5 million new jobs. I hate when he keeps talking about the new jobs as if that's doing something right now. Just in, ARK Invest files for spot Ethereum ETF. So shout out to Kathy Woods pushing crypto even further. We see all the talk with the Bitcoin ETFs looking for approval right now. Grayscale just won a small litigation against the SEC where they have to review their application and determine if they will accept them or deny them again. So also we got BlackRock with Bitcoin ETF applications and a few others as well. And then on top of that, we got GTA 6 is rumored to cost 150 per copy. Let me know, are any of y'all paying at 150 for GTA? I'm not that big into gaming, but is with all seeing all it's been doing, this last gaming cycle, it does pique my interest right now. But let me know, will y'all be paying 150 for GTA 6? King says, PD, but the burn portal will still be on shibArmy. Are they going to use the same fees to burn, or is it going to be separate from shibArmy? There is already a portal, MO info given on portal. Shout out to L. Rice Senior, said, peace, everyone. Let me know, will y'all be spending 150 on GTA 6? King says, once again, very vague info given on portal. We cannot keep waiting months on a new portal, not knowing info and how she will be burned, especially if it's connected to shibArmy, depending on crazy. So, what do you plan on building, King? Juan says, you're talking to a GTA billionaire. LOL. Yeah, bro. Okay. Rosetta said, hell yeah. PD said, yeah, if it's play to earn. Is GTA play to earn now? I'm not sure. King says, continue crazy math. Just in, Grayscale asks SEC to quickly approve its spot Bitcoin ETF. Also, presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy says he's a big proponent of Bitcoin. Also, just in, Twitter X receives money transmitter license for payment services in Mississippi. So it looks like Elon Musk's goal of becoming an official payment solution, or basically a new form of social banking is, it's coming to fruition. Juan says, if it looks like RDR2, Rosetta says, I have to swap out Xbox first. Need that GTA 6 bundle. Also, Visa expands its cross-border payments to Solana. So that's dope to see. Let's see. So Visa has announced that it's expanding its stablecoin settlement capabilities. Apart from Solana, the firm is also working with merchant acquirers WorldPlay and Nuvi. Visa already has a dedicated account with Circle, USDC's issuer. The firm will now send USDC out of its treasury to WorldPay and Nuvi. In turn, the two firms will directly facilitate payments for merchants. Visa decided to use the Solana network over Ethereum due to its faster transaction speeds. Solana also has a lower fee compared to Ethereum. So imagine if something like this happens to SHIB. I did see Lucy, tag Visa and say, hey, Visa, what's up? Basically, we got lower fees than Solana, faster transactions possibly. I'm not sure on the speed part, but, I know the transaction fees are, I think, lower. So also, according to Coy Sheffield, head of crypto Visa, by leveraging stablecoins like USDC and global blockchain networks like Solana and Ethereum, we're helping to improve the speed of cross-border settlement and providing a modern option for our clients to easily send or receive funds from Visa's treasury. However, Sheffield did mention that the processing time to send funds in or out of his treasury will remain the same. This is despite promises of faster transactions from stablecoins. According to Jeremy, Circle's co-founder and CEO, expanding the pilot exemplifies how pairing USDC with Visa's innovations opens up the future of payments, commerce, and financial applications. Will Solana's price go up after its partnership with Visa? I think that's bullish. Although Visa is using the Sol network to send and receive USDC, it is unclear how it may affect the network's native token Sol. The token has gained 1.1% in the last 24 hours and 1% in the last hour. The recent gains could be attributed to Visa using the project's blockchain for its stablecoin settlements. Solana has seen significant growth this year. Moreover, it was one of the worst affected crypto projects after the collapse of FTX in 2022. So it looks like Solana may be on the rebound right now. What do y'all think about that? $150 for GTA 6, maybe if it's good graphics or in VR. Mr. Cool says people are not thinking about projects that will build on Shibarium, specifically dedicated to burning SHIB. The cheaper the transaction, the more buys, which will increase the burns. King says, I am all in to see what I can do. And others, once again, it's about the community and the Shiba Inu coin. So what do y'all think about hosting a burn party? What do y'all think about hosting a burn party on the channel? What method do y'all think we should use to make that happen? Like, maybe creating a crypto wallet address, to start off, a blank crypto wallet address to, have people send funds, and we do it live, of course, everything being transparent and whatnot. And we burn the tokens on the stream live. What do y'all think? A burn party hosted and seeing if we could get some other people to be involved. We could possibly do one to, just start the initiative and get things going in the right direction. What do y'all feel about that? Would y'all, commit or, put towards that? I'm willing to host it on the channel if that's what y'all want to do as our part of, the shibArmy. Obviously it's not going to change any, I won't say it won't change anything, but it won't be a major dent in the supply or anything like that. But, it can get people talking. We can probably be the biggest burn of the day. So let me know, should we start hosting these burn parties? Also, y'all, feel free to check the links in the description section if you like the Shiba Inu hat or Shiba Inu merchandise. You want to represent Shiba Inu with some cool, merch. Check out the store. First link in the description section. Also, my physical book is now on Amazon. You can cop that right now. Also, I got free resources in the description section, stocks and crypto, to help y'all get started on y'all investing journey. So let me know, what do y'all think about the burn party? We got over 50 people in here. Only one person answered this question so far. PD says, I'm down for the party. Let me know. Are you interested? We might, create a burn party. I don't know. We got to think of some incentives, if we host a burn party, what can we give it as an incentive to, basically sell tickets, or, as an entry fee, or, what can we do to try to increase that burn? Yes, everybody will be able to tune in and burn whatever they want, but we should be able to offer something as well to incentivize people to want to, essentially buy a burn ticket, worth maybe $25, $50, I don't know, something of that sort. And then we take that and, also put that towards the burn rate. King says committed, but if we can get people involved, we have 1.3 million holders. Rosetta Stone said bet. Let me know. Only 3 people, responded to this out of, 50 people. Okay. Dutch says party. Juan says a NFT auction. Okay. Possibly auction off some NFTs. As Guardian says, Shiba whole. What do y'all think? We should be getting weight. Now, I want y'all, those of y'all 5 that put in y'all opinion on if we should do the burn party. Look at how many people are on the stream and look at how many people are responding. So usually these burn parties and things don't get the best responses. Look, we're asking right now live, what can we do as a community to work together to burn more Shiba Inu? And only 5 people, were willing to leave a response, some feedback on that, which is absolutely free to do. So y'all think people are going to be willing to burn their Shiba Inu? People are having a hard time right now even giving feedback on if we should do a burn party. You know what I'm saying? So what do y'all think? Juan says, what about bad? As far as what? We could check out bad though, see how bad it's doing. So right now we got bad at 707698, down 3.6% in the last 24 hours. We see it basically in a downtrend right now. We did see it fall down to that 7527 level before bouncing up a little bit to where it is right now. But right now, it's just looking like time to accumulate. I don't think Bad Idea AI is over. It has the full support of the SHIB team. So, I think this project will do good in the future. We already did really nice off this project. Hopefully, y'all did secure some gains. Rosetta Stone said 1 mil each. What can we do? I don't know. Tell us. So I want y'all to pay attention. We got over 50 people in the stream. We're talking about, a burn party, and look at the low amount of people that are willing to even offer feedback. So y'all got to keep that in mind. A lot of people are willing to complain about Shiba Inu. A lot of people are willing to say what the team won't do. But at the same time, look at some of the community members. Petey says, let's start a car wash. A percentage goes to burns. So how do you think we start a car wash up, bro? How do you think we organize that? How do you think we get that going? Roland says, LOL, people have to have 2 jobs because of that clown. Who are you talking about? I'm trying to go back to see, but I'm not sure. Just let us know who you're talking about. Dutch Rabbit says SHIB Hotel. It's possible. The possibilities are endless, but if the community doesn't come together, it won't work, y'all. If the community won't come together, I'm telling you right now, you might as well just, if your hopes on Shiba Inu is whatever, and you're one of those community members that don't even want to, provide input or feedback, you might as well forget about it. Because right now, just to provide feedback is absolutely free on what we can do when we're talking about a burn party. And look at some of y'all's feedback, but y'all have the nerve to complain about the dev team. Don't do that. Rosetta said, Brandon, I'm sure. Dutch Rabbit said, Club SHIB. Juan says, what about the utility for Bad? So right now, Bad's utility is using AI capabilities and incorporating it with a DAO. So basically using the human aspect, of ideas, and then running all these ideas through a DAO system that will be, basically approved by artificial intelligence. And humans can step in when needed to. But right now, the main utility for Bad is this DAO governance as well as artificial intelligence. Pontiac GTO Judge says everybody burned $100 worth. Look at that, Pontiac GTO Judge. Do you think everybody's going to burn $100 worth of SHIB when we can't even get, we got 50 people in the stream and we can't even get 50 people to provide feedback on if we should have a burn party or not, which is absolutely free for everybody to do. You think people are going to be willing to burn $100 when they're not even willing to drop a comment and, give some feedback on if they would support a burn party or not. You got to think about that, y'all. It's not just all on the team, the community as well. As Guardian says, $10, one button, burn SHIB, nice and simple. What do y'all think? Roland says, Kathy Wood's ARK investment is working on an Ethereum ETF. Yes, we just talked about that. See, overall crypto market cap at 1.05 trillion. So we see it tapering off from where it was at earlier. We're sitting at that 1.06 trillion level. So right now, price is pulling back a little bit. Bitcoin still hanging over 26,000. Ethereum at 1646. BNB 217. XRP 50 cents. Cardano 25 cents. Doge 6 cents. Solana 2002. Tron at 7 cents, Timecoin 178, DOT at 431, Matic at 55 cents, Litecoin at 63.60, Shiba Inu 16 place by market cap, 507663 level, y'all. So that's where we at right now. Okay, Roland Rodriguez says Kathy Woods arguing. Okay, we read that. Negative Man said yes, party. Okay. So we might do a live stream, tomorrow and test it out. Let me know. Let me get some quick feedback. Should we do a live stream tomorrow, a Club Shiba live stream where we do a burn party and we see how that goes? Let me know. Are y'all down to support it? Gavin Ian says, are you like 2x bullish or 10x bullish for the 2024 halving? I'm like 10x bullish. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's what I think, because we're around 9x from all-time high prices. So I think a 10x will put us a little bit above that all-time high price. So that's what I think. We could possibly do a live every day, doing, for a portion, 30 minutes, an hour or something like that, do a SHIB burn party, and we just try to do our part every day to get that supply down. But I need y'all, we got 60 people in the stream. I need y'all opinion. I need some feedback. Y'all cannot be complaining about what the SHIB dev team does. And then when we try to do something on the community side, y'all don't move or y'all don't support or y'all don't, even give feedback. Feedback is absolutely free. Right now, I'm gauging something right now, seeing how many people. I know my audience is a small sample size of the entire ShibArmy, but y'all look at this. We got 60 people in the stream and people don't even want to provide feedback on if we should do the burn party. Come on now, connect the dots, y'all. So how many? Yeah, we're going to get some people, of course, that will join in and burn some SHIB. But do we really think this is going to be a big deal if, people aren't even willing to, for free, provide feedback, y'all? Think about it. They won't respond for free. And this is the community. This ain't got nothing to do with the team. This is on y'all. How can people complain, but then when it's time for us to step up and try to take the initiative to do something, y'all don't support? It doesn't make sense. I'm going to start ignoring people. Whenever people complain about the team, I'm going to start with saying, well, what did you do? Because we trying right here. King says there are other Shiba community members on Twitter, etc. If people are not serious, like you said, December, then they cannot complain. Even pennies to dollars, they need to get serious. Facts. And I want y'all, the ones that are responding, those of y'all that are providing feedback right now, I want y'all to pay attention. Look at how many people are in the stream. Look how many people are not providing feedback. So think about it. Don't just blame the SHIB team. Blame the community as well. The community is not doing all we could as a community to bring more awareness to Shiba Inu. That's just facts. Juan says yes. Julian says most of us retail folk won't burn our SHIB. It would be difficult to get people to do it. So listen to what people are saying, y'all. I think you got a good point, Julian. It's going to be hard for people who only have $100 worth of SHIB to want to burn some SHIB. But, everybody working together can, be something better than nothing. King says advertise on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook with other influencers. Key said complaining is easy. Facts. Think about that. Think how easy it's easier to complain than to just provide some good feedback. We're sitting here trying to come up with a solution. I know when Satoshi sees this, when the dev team sees this, they're gonna laugh, because how can you complain, but then when it comes time to put a solution together, you're not boots ain't on the ground. People ain't lacing up. PD says, what did you do? Facts. I like that. That's what we might have to start going with. Hey, Satoshi, Dev team, Cal, Lucy, y'all might not, just ask them what did they do? Because when we, did the, when we try to see what we can do, look at and there is some people, don't get me wrong, there are some people that are providing feedback, but for the number of people in the stream and the amount of feedback we're getting, that shows us that there's very little support for something outside of the dev team doing all the work. When it comes to us doing the heavy lifting, people ain't with that. People just want to sit back and point the finger at the dev team and not do any of the heavy lifting. That's crazy. That's crazy. Rosetta Stone said, I'll burn some more. I put millions on Ledger and stake some. What's the game they made that burns? Are there others where we could work as a team? Yeah, they got the Shiba Eternity game. To be honest, a lot of developments that the SHIB team has talked about and said that they would do burns from, we're not really seeing that. I don't know if they happen or not, but I'm just not seeing it publicized or on a large scale. So I think we need to do something on the community side of things where we can say, hey, we're in control of this. We know exactly what was burned, what was promised, and we're going to stick to that. But we can't complain on the team when the community is probably even less willing to put in some work. King says, if you down with the team, burn 10 cent, dollar, whatever you can. Facts. As Guardian said, everyone posts 1,000 SHIB flyers. Rosetta Stone says, I hate Pokemon type card games, so I didn't play it. Key said it takes work to come up with a solution. Facts. So we might do a burn party tomorrow. I'm gonna do my part, hosting it on the stream, sharing it, promoting it, trying to get, people aware of it. Y'all do y'all part, let people know. And we're gonna see what we can do. We might just get a address that, we could send the SHIB to. We possibly could just do the burn address, send it directly to the burn address, during the burn party, and just try to keep track of how much was burned from the time, we did the stream to, after the burn party, or we can send it to one wallet, then send it all to the burn wallet, so we can know what we were able to, help get burned as a community. However y'all want to do it, I'm down. I'm down to do my part. I'm willing to put in some work. So that's all we got for this one, man. Shout out to everybody for rocking with me. Appreciate all y'all for pulling up. Unless y'all got something else, man, we are out. Don't forget to check the links in the description section of this video. Also, don't forget to check out today's video. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Okay, PD, I got you. I'm going to hit you as soon as we jump off of here. Rosetta Stone said, could we do stake as team, drive up on same time? It's possible, but it's not that easy. If we only get, 10, 20 people to burn, or to stay, it's not going to really make too much of a difference. Like, some is better than none when it comes to burning, but the community is kind of looking, lazy right now, to be honest. So, it's hard to be mad at the team. It's really hard to be mad at the team when they're doing the most for Shiba Inu right now. And even when the community gets a chance to do something, people aren't as excited about it or willing to step up to the plate. So I don't know, y'all. We're going to see tomorrow, though. Token swap or migration. In some cases, a project may decide to migrate to a new blockchain or implement a token swap. King says, get a burn address, Marco, set it up. If people do not do it, then they need to hush. Facts. Which could involve changing the tokenomics and reducing the supply. This process would need to be clearly communicated and executed with community support. Honey M says, it needs to be a massive hype sounding a burn, like reaching out to other influencers and get them to participate. I mean, think about it. If we can't even get our community on our channel, and everybody watching right now is basically bullish on Shiba Inu, or else I don't think you'd be watching. But if we can't even get 10% of our community that's watching, right now, or barely 10% of the community to give feedback, imagine, how hard it's going to be to get feedback from the entire ShibArmy, y'all. And I'm not trying to FUD or say that we can't do it, but I just want y'all to be realistic and understand we have somebody right now live streaming, over 40,000 subscribers, willing to hold it down, and get things, started on the community side. So we can't just keep putting everything on the team. And look at the response, y'all. So we got to be realistic with ourselves, especially y'all that are watching that aren't giving feedback, that aren't doing anything. Do not complain. Please don't. Just let the team do what they have to do. It's going to take time, but when it comes to us stepping up and doing certain things, you see what's happening, Airdrops or rewards tokens can be distributed to holders or participants in the ecosystem as rewards, which can effectively reduce the circulating supply over time. Roland says, Biden, Juan says, I made a Facebook, YouTube channel, and a Twitter. Okay, good work. George says, everyone burn 1 million coins. But what if someone only has 1 million coins? They're not going to be willing to burn 1 million coins. We might can do, burn a 1% of, what you have, or even look at it like, how they do in churches with the collection plate. You put in what you can, I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm thinking we're going to do this tomorrow, man. I see a few people willing to support, so I'm willing to do my part, even if the majority of the SHIBArmy, just wants to sit back quiet. Those of us with a voice that want to use it and want to, take the initiative and roll up our sleeves, we're going to get something going, y'all. So that's all we got for this stream. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to everybody for rocking with me. Salute to the entire DD Nation, all the real ones, all the OGs, double OGs to the channel, all y'all. Shout out to the SHIBArmy, Vote Armies, Bad Brigade, everybody from every crypto community that's rocking with me. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are out.